Hey guys, welcome back to the video blog. Simon T here with you again. I wanted to have a chat to you today about this time of the year. It's winter. As you can probably see, it's a little bit windy. The days are a bit cooler for sure. But I guess as far as the Sunshine Coast is concerned, we're pretty spoiled. We don't really have a winter when you compare it to the southern states. But anyway, I just want to have a talk to you about selling in winter. We have this, I guess, topic that comes up this time every year, and particularly from people that are looking at selling their property, whether it's an investment property of theirs or their family home. And they just believe that it's not the ideal time to be selling their most valuable asset. I guess this is the basis of which I actually have this discussion with people. The concept, I guess the idea from a seller's perspective is, which I do understand, is that it is colder, the days are shorter, obviously it gets darker a little bit earlier in the afternoon, the gardens don't look their best, and there's probably, I guess the biggest misconception in my opinion is that there's not as many people looking to buy a property. So let's just strip that down, and obviously we can't control what the weather does. The weather's the weather. But a typical example of this, I mean, here we are, we're sort of in the middle of June, we're in the halfway through the first month of winter, and last weekend, we held a number of open inspections across the coast, as we do every single weekend, and it's alarming the amount of people that we met, because these are the questions we ask buyers when they come through properties. How long have you been looking? Have you been looking in Buderim or Alex or Maroochydore or Mooloolaba, any particular suburb we're in? Have you been looking in that area for long? It's amazing how many people we meet every single weekend that say, look, we've just started looking. This is the first, second, third, fourth house we've looked at. This is the first weekend we've gone out and started looking at homes. We've been viewing and doing our research online for the last month, maybe 3 months. In other words, people never stop looking to buy real estate. Their circumstances can change overnight. It's the extra, the baby that's coming along. They don't want to extend their current home. They've just sold a property. They'd like to buy a home in the next 30 to 60 days. And that timing is pretty much throughout the year. So there's also the idea that the home's not going to look at its best, or the garden's not going to look at its best. And I think people really look past that. I think the home, certainly the garden and the landscaping and the aspect, all that sort of things are certainly important to people, but so's the home. And once they're inside the home, it's how the home feels to them and whether they can see themselves living there. I think that's the key. They're the key points to take away from that. And generally, because of the way sellers feel about this time of the year, there's not as much on the market. Typically, people wait until spring and people wait until summer. People try and, I guess, pitch their property around school holidays because there's more people coming to the Sunshine Coast, which is true. But more people visiting the coast doesn't necessarily convert to more buyers that are active in the market looking to buy, certainly a family home. So this misconception around selling in winter, again, it's a discussion we have every year, and let me say to you that some of our best results that we get year in, year out are through the winter months for those reasons. Lack of stock, there's not as much property around. Buyers are active because they're motivated to buy. As I've said this in a couple of other video blogs this year. One of the biggest difference between this year and last year is the number of cashed up buyers. There's less people just sort of, I guess, tire kicking and browsing. There's more people committed to making a buying decision, which is fantastic. So selling in winter, it's a bit of an old wives' tale for want of a better description. And look, if you're thinking of doing something in the next couple of months, we'd love to have a chat to you. We're still getting some fantastic results for our sellers week in, week out, and that's obviously included the first couple of weeks of winter. So I hope that makes sense to you. Give me a ring or drop me an email. We'd love to help you out with any buying or selling decision you'd like to make now or in the future. This is me, over and out for now for another video blog. I really look forward to talking to you very soon on the next video. Bye for now.